All right, so it's the big day. You're performing at this open mic. You've decided it's time to hit the stage. Let's talk about what you need to do before you even walk in the door. So if you haven't already, check out the video before this one because I talk a lot about how you can prepare weeks ahead before your first open mic so you can maximize your time there. You don't want to waste your time. If you're going to do an open mic, you want to do it the right way. And there's some really important steps you want to take before we get to the day of your performance. So go back an episode if you haven't already and subscribe and like these videos if you want to see more content like this. Now, the day of your performance actually starts the day before. And that's because one of the most important things you can do to prepare yourself is get a lot of rest. I've seen a lot of people wait until the last minute to get their music ready to practice. And then the night before their open mic debut, they're tired. They're up late getting last minute things in order. You might have a 9 to 5 that you have to prepare for too. That's not the mind state and the body state you want to be in. So get a lot of rest leading into your performance. Always do that when you can. When you wake up, get a head start on eating well and do that throughout the day. It's not a day to load up with fast food. I'm talking veggies. I'm talking whatever you need to really give yourself the energy to get through a performance. I look back at when I used to like carbo load with pizza and McDonald's before end of the week open mics and wonder why like I was so hungover the next day and so tired. Don't do it to yourself. Consume food throughout the day. That'll help you in the evening. It'll pay off. Something else you want to do throughout the day before your performance is follow up with your partner and your guests. And when I say partner, if that's confusing, that means you didn't check out the last video, so go back. But a partner is somebody that's going to help you out throughout the performance. They're the person that's going to help you take photos, hold your stuff, etc., etc. You want to make sure they're actually coming. It's okay if they're not, but it's really ideal if you have somebody that's going to help you out the night of. Same goes with people that are just going to be guests. If you've reached out, and hopefully you have, to some friends and you expect people to come, you want to hit them up the day before and the day of. Just to get that last commitment, give people that last push. Folks will look for any opportunity to bail that they can get, and people are busy. So it really helps if you reach out and let them know, hey, I'm thankful that you're even considering going. And even if they can't go, I think it's nice to hear from you and hear a confirmation that that's okay, because maybe in the future they'll come to something else. But the important thing to try to get in the habit of is following up with people and showing them that you appreciate their time. So throughout the day, if you have people that said, yeah, I'm going to come check out your open mic, be sure to reach out to them, thank them again. Hopefully you've been following up with them regardless. But this is now the day to see if they're really going to be there in the flesh. And if they are, they are. If they're not, they're not. You're going to kill it regardless. So let's talk about what you want to have ready for your performance. In the last video, we talked about being prepared for the DJ and making sure the DJ has your music already. In addition to that, have a hard copy on a flash drive of your stage tracks. Also have a copy on the cloud somewhere. I usually send DJs a link from a Google Drive. So I kind of kill two birds with one stone. I know the DJ has a copy of it, and I know I always have a copy on the cloud that I can refer to. If you want to be really crazy about it, you can do Google Drive and Dropbox to make sure you have two sources. Another really important thing to do before an open mic, once you've decided your song, make sure it's available on a streaming service for people to listen to, and make sure a link to the song that you're going to perform is available on your Instagram or somewhere easy to point people to. There's so many times where I personally or someone that I was with would perform at an open mic and someone in the crowd really liked the song they heard, and we didn't have a way to kind of guide them to it, especially now that no one really has CD players anymore. You want to have a copy of your song that you're performing online so that if you get off of the stage and someone says, hey, I really like that, can I hear that? You can say, hey, follow me on Instagram and send my profile. And now you've got a social follow and you've got them going to your music, hopefully. In the streaming era, you don't know if people have Apple or Spotify or Tidal. So I would recommend using a resource like FanLink. FanLink is it's a product within TuneCore. It's a free service you can use. And FanLink allows you to collect a Spotify link, an Apple link, a Tidal link, a YouTube link, all of the different streaming services, and collect them into one link you can share to people. So no matter what they use to listen to music, as long as your music is on there, that link will point them in the right direction. So something else that you need to have ready before doing an open mic is a quality stage version of your music. And it has to be relative to the room that you're performing in. For example, if you're a rapper and your songs are full of heavy bass, like a lot of stuff is nowadays, but you're performing at a coffee shop, you might want to have a bass low mix available. In addition to all of the things that we talked about with regards to a stage mix in the last video, that's something that I ask clients: where are you going to perform this? If it's going to be in a really small, boxy room, we might want to do a mix that has reverb tucked down a little bit and the bass subdued a little bit or narrowed a little bit. Having a mix that makes sense can be the difference between people listening to your music or people taking that opportunity to go outside and take a break and wait for the next act. So really make a mental checklist. Do you have the best quality stage mix for this performance tonight? And if not, what were you waiting for? Get that taken care of weeks in advance and be ready the night of with that. I'm always here to help when it comes down to even consultation about how to achieve a good stage mix. It's something that I offer as a service, but the information is something that I love to offer. Just drop the questions in the comments. And this may be overkill for some folks, but it's something I did, and it might just be because I'm a producer. I always had a mic with me. I've been to so many open mics, especially in like small coffee shops and cafes where the microphone they have is terrible. And I always recommend having a 58, a Shure PG58 or SM58. It's the stage mic you'll see everywhere. It's something you should have in your arsenal to practice on because most stages have them. But they're really durable. You can throw them in a book bag and a pouch. And I've had multiple instances where I've said, you know what, if it's cool with you, I'm going to use my mic. And it's paid off. My mic was better than the one that we had available. So that may be more of an optional thing that you can bring with you. But if it's in your budget, I do think it goes a long way. Same goes for a cable too. Bring a mic, bring a cable, and just make sure you get it back at the end of the night. Make sure the sound person knows that you're doing it so they don't accuse you of taking equipment out when you leave too. All right, so you got some rest, you followed up with your folks, you have all of your stuff ready, your music is on a physical drive, it's on the cloud, you're good to go. Get to the venue early. That is the next big piece of advice I have for you. Hopefully it was a situation where you could sign up for the list ahead of time, but there are open mics that require you to sign up in the flesh. So get there early. I remember doing this open mic called End of the Week in the city, and there would be rappers there a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour and a half before the show, because whenever you got signed onto that list was based on when you got there. And you got there first, you got to perform first to a room that had more people in it. So get in the habit of doing that. I think it's just a good move for most events to get there as early as you can so you can start to build with everybody as they arrive. But even if you don't have to sign up for a list early, you can use that time to build with the DJ, build with the event organizer, make sure they can place a face with the name if you've been promoting the event in the offline. You can double check with the DJ to make sure they have your music, see if they need anything. That's super huge. I always ask DJs if they need anything while they're setting up, because sometimes they might want a drink or just like a glass of water or something from the store, but they may not have time to do it. And that gesture goes a long way. So use the time for that. Check out the venue. Take this time to see where there's a good spot to take photos and videos from, because you're going to want to quarterback the person who's taking your photos later. So use this time wisely and you'll be surprised how quick the night goes. The thing I really want to stress is that SAS technique that we talked about in the last video: scout and support. Use this time where you're off the stage to scout the scene and to support whatever needs to be supported. Be helpful and be attentive, and that's how you move up in the chain in all of these social environments. Something I should mention though, if you're going to be going to events early, try to watch your consumption, your alcohol consumption. I've seen too many folks get to a spot early with good intentions. I've done this too. And by the time you're ready to perform, you're wasted. So I think it's really easy to avoid consuming too much by being supportive, by busying your time with helping people out, seeing what folks do, seeing if there's any synergy where you could help them in the future. Again, all of this is about offering value. And a lot of times we just kill time and kill the idle minutes by getting another drink when we could use those couple of minutes to start another relationship with somebody in that room. So over time, hopefully folks should start to trickle in. If they're not there already, check in with your partner, get an ETA. If they are there, maybe you met them for dinner before. If not, once they're there, get them a drink, see how they're doing. Again, you don't need to be drinking. They can be the drinker for the night. Try to keep them somewhat sober though, because you do want them helping you out too. But this is the time to really reinforce, hey, again, thank you for coming out and helping me out. I really appreciate you being here to support me. It would be really helpful if I can get some photos. I was checking out the spot over here earlier. I think it would be cool if we can get them from here. Real quick, reinforce, thanks. Here's what we're here to do. And then after that, you really want to repeat that process with any guests that might have come. If you have friends that came through that aren't going to be your partner for the night, but just came to support, show them that love. Make sure they know how much it's appreciated, because people's time is super valuable. It's really just about making sure people are aware that you appreciate that time. So in the next video, we're going to talk about your actual performance and what you need to clear up with the DJ, with the sound guy, what you want to do when you're on stage, how to best maximize that time, and how to have fun and really, really kill it like I know you can. I want to make sure you don't miss that, so go ahead and subscribe, like the video if you can, so I know that you're enjoying this kind of content. And if you're an MC looking for production, be sure to hit my Beat Store. I'm currently running a buy one, get one free offer on all of my leases. I offer an MP3 lease, a Wave lease, and a track out lease. All three are under $100. Two of those three are under $50. I'm super reasonable when it comes down to artists, because I want us all to work together and make some cool stuff. So hit the Beat Store, the link is below. And if you have any questions that you want cleared up in future videos, drop them in the comments. Until next time.
Man, this shit is sick.